this is such a requested video, you guys, today I'm giving you the lowdown on mine and David's online career. I'm talking about how it all started, the many different projects we've been trying out, and also how it came to be that both of us are able to now work full-time as creatives. Of course, we could have done all of this way quicker if we only knew back then what we know today. So if you are interested in working online and you want us to make more videos about just how we manage to support ourselves financially working online, let us know in the comments below this video. And also give it a big thumbs up if you thought it was helpful or interesting in any way. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already so that you don't miss the next video. Let's do a little timeline, shall we? This all started back in March 2010. I was studying animal welfare biology in a small town and Dave was working full-time at a supermarket, and we were so tired of all that depressing stuff and decided, let's move to London. I wrote my final thesis at the same time as interning at an animal rights organization when we first came to London, but I was tired of feeling just depressed and sad over all the animal cruelty in the world, and I just wanted to do fashion and have fun. Luckily enough, I got a job at Urban Outfitters. Now, that wasn't lucky because of the job, because the job kind of sucked and I quit after a month. But I did meet some amazing people and I got into this group of friends that were all really creative. I bought a DSLR camera and started taking photos, even though I didn't know anything about photography. I started taking street style photos, and this great blog called Style Clicker gave me a chance to work with them, even though I was such a rookie. One of my friends from Urban Outfitters became to be such a big influence on my career. We started taking tons of photos together and just talked about maybe we should start a blog or a website. During the autumn of 2010 and the spring of 11, I worked in a bookshop and on the side spent all my extra energy on planning my own website. And in September 2011, I started my own vegan vintage fashion website called Mind the Mustard. I used my Urban Outfitters friend and David as photographers, and I modeled the clothes myself, and I can still remember the very first sale I made. I could hardly believe it. After the site was launched, I worked harder than I've ever previously done in my life. I took so many pictures and worked so hard trying to get my word out about my site, and although I was slowly gaining more and more sales, it was definitely not enough for me to live off of it. During all this time, David was studying full-time film production at the same time as working as a bartender late nights at a theatre, and of course helping me out with the business whenever he could. We quickly realized that selling vintage clothing wasn't really going to work for us because, you put so much time and energy into taking all of those photos for just one-off pieces, so we thought maybe we should start researching a bit more into having our own fashion brand, manufacturing our own clothes. Fans of the website were asking a lot of questions about me personally, and I've never shared any information about myself up until this point. And they were getting curious. So in the summer of 2013, I officially became Jenny Mustard and started my own Instagram account and just started sharing bits and pieces of my personal life. By this time, we had grown incredibly tired of London actually. So we decided to go back to Sweden and just borrow people's summer houses to live free for a while and just figure out what our next step should be. And we've made a video about our 2 years without a home. If anyone's interested in checking that out, I will put a link in the description box. Back in Sweden, David started working full-time with me, selling clothes and trying to get the production of our own brand going, with some success but with even more problems, and we were getting low on money. Also, we lost our camera at the airport, and only 1 week after we got it back, it broke down. And we were out of money, with no steady income, with no home, and we were getting low on clothes to sell. So we were kind of feeling not so good. One unexpected way to save our business just sort of happened. We redirected it into starting to make our own content, and we started this YouTube channel without any thought of ever making that a career. We just started it for fun, and we just took a lot of food photos, and all of a sudden the idea just popped into our head that maybe we should make a cookbook. So we just emailed a bunch of food photos to a few different publishers, and the next day one publisher emailed us back. We were making a cookbook. We launched the Jenny Mustard blog in October, but we didn't really do anything with that for a while because I was so busy working on the cookbook. From November 2014 until May 2015, I was just doing that full time. And David was actually having 2 jobs to support us, one as a broadcast producer for TV News and one as a food delivery guy. Poor David. When the cookbook was finally ready for print in May, I just dived into the blog and just started creating content full time. And we made one of the best decisions ever, and that was to give up selling clothes and focus full time on creating content instead. It wasn't until June last year that we realized that, oh, we are actually YouTubers. Because up until that point, YouTube had been sort of more of a fun thing on the side, and all of a sudden it had become like a really fun, great platform all on its own. And then in September last year, the cookbook was published. How cool was that? If you've been following us, you already know that we moved from Stockholm to Berlin in the middle of January this year. And from that time on, David has been working full-time with me, creating content for you guys. And during these last 3 months, our blog and YouTube channel has grown so much, it's incredible. When we came here 3 months ago, we didn't even have 20,000 subscribers on YouTube, and now we have 65,000 or something. So that's kind of amazing. The only reason we can make money doing this from ads, sponsors, Patreon, etc. is because you guys are watching. So you really have helped make this dream life of ours come true. And I know we thank you guys quite often in our videos, we really do, but we should thank you even more often because you guys rock. So now you know. We've had so many promising ideas that we tried and failed miserably at. It's been not a straight line, it's been a blurry mess of a trip. And we've worked harder than we ever thought that we could. But oh man, are we glad that we've done this. That being said, we feel like this didn't have to be that hard at all if we only knew back then what we know now. Ugh, isn't it always like that? So if you want us to make more videos about the lessons we've learned over these last years, do let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you thought it was helpful or interesting in any way. And subscribe to this channel to not miss the next video. Bye!